Hello, welcome. Now that I'm unmuted, welcome. This is 15 Days in Pasadena at Capers Noir. We have a great group of private eyes with us today who had quite the adventure last time. First, we'll just let you know we do have a Discord for Nerds with Dice that we are still working on getting people to join up and make a place, but we do have a place, and there'll be game announcements in there that you can join up in the future if you want to be a part of one-shots or campaigns. Which brings me, there's one other announcement. Yes, starting in January will be Faded Milwaukee 95, a Scion campaign. There will be some individual adventures probably in December leading up to everything. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm excited. The players are excited. They've already started whipping up some pretty crazy characters, and it all seems to come down so far to be gay and do crimes, so that'll be fun.
It's always a good place to start with.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's see. So last week, they were invited to a dinner party. There was well, I guess it wasn't last week. The last time we played, they were invited to a dinner party. There was a murder. They investigated. They found out that the murderer was a hired gun. And when they went to the meet to see who showed up to pay him, they learned it was a trap. They met with a demon instead. It almost ended badly, but they were able to overcome the situation. I think that is most of it. They met each other for the first time. It was pretty good. Now, we come in 2 days later, and I believe you were planning on meeting at Howard's office, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
And your office, you were telling me it is a gas station, right?
It is an abandoned gas station on the outskirts of town.
Yes.
There are reasons behind this, I promise you.
Wait, is it refurbished or it literally is still abandoned and you were like, cool.
And you're just squatting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the actual abandoned because it sounds funnier.
Fair.
Yes. Yes.
Nice. What does it look like?
A gas station.
I imagine it kind of looking like the old wooden shack. A lot of
Oh my
you've got
god.
the oil things, not sure what they're called, on the outside of it. It looks very worn and run down, but Howard is still inside and has somehow made it habitable. Although he's got a little breakfast bar in there, and he's got a big chalkboard which he's like standing in front of, writing stuff down on. But other than that, it just looks like your generic gas station that you kind of imagine when you think old band in America.
I imagine Noel rolls on up, and he's got his beat up old motorcycle, and he's just looking like this. This can't be right. This can't be right.
I think I park. I think I kind of park in the empty space, and I see Noel, and I look at the gas station, and I'm like, this can't be right.
This can't be right.
This can't be right.
And with that, Howard actually comes outside and goes, "Ah, Hello.
What?
Would you like to come in?
Yeah, you all right in there, man?
Yes, it's surprisingly habitable, despite the outward appearances.
All right, I'll take your
Oh.
word for it.
Yeah, let's head on in.
All right. Yeah, the inside it's barren, but he's got a little bench there with a couple bowls of fruit, some cups of tea made,
All right.
and a chalkboard. And he's kind of just walking around going, "I'd invite you to stay a while, but it's not exactly home, I guess. It's only a temporary accommodation. Can I offer you some tea?"
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
sure.
I'll take you up on that, and I find maybe an abandoned house or something, and sit close to the tea.
Oh no, he has chairs and
Oh, okay.
Oh, don't worry.
Okay.
He's not a
Okay.
monster.
No.
No. No.
No.
Of course not. Of course not. Nope. I sit on the chair then.
Okay. He as he brings out his chalkboard, he's like, "I must apologize at the very least for my demeanor yesterday. A lot of people makes me particularly uncomfortable. You know how it is, I suppose. It makes me seem more like I want to spend time with the dead. I don't really. It's just a running gag. Anyway,
Hmm.
about the case. I've got all the notes up here from what we've collected on the chalkboard behind me. I think the main lead we should start investigating is the group called the Moon Children.
Mm.
They seem to be the most connected with this. Do you know anything about them, Mr. Hardy?
I probably would know something. Can I make a draw to see what I know?
Yeah. I don't know off the top of my head what that would be. Let me.
Maybe an expertise?
Yes.
Just because I live in the area? All right. And so I have 2 draws on that. Got a 6 and a 9, both of spades.
I believe.
Spades are good, right?
Yeah, spades are the best one, which. So. You would know. The Moon Children are a local occult. Then you got a 9 with a spade. They are very into something called the gloam,
Okay.
which is like the veil between our world and the spirit world. The schools of thought vary. Some of them want to understand it. Some of them want to master it. They are led by Jacqueline. Almost said Perkins, but I think it's Parsons. Yes, Parsons, who is also the lead scientist at JPL.
Okay.
Which means the Moon Children get a lot of leeway.
Right.
Because it's very hands off from local law enforcement as far as feds and such are concerned. They need to just stay away from them.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah, they have. Think of them as your typical cat.
Typical cat?
As your typical cat, okay.
What are you doing? They're...
Largely whatever it wants to.
Yeah, basic. Yeah. Okay. They do whatever they want. Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's
happens. Sometimes cats.
They
stream kitties.
they are very much your typical sort of cult. They're, bring people in. They're not like the type that has a compound or anything, but they're very, we want to get people in. So they have lower ranked members out on the streets trying to, talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of normal thing for a quote unquote religious group.
Sure.
But
Okay.
yeah, they're pretty well known in Pasadena.
Yeah, they but this is like they don't typically get in this kind of trouble, do they? Like this is definitely very forward for them to be acting.
Uh, yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah, kind of. Maybe not so much for Jacqueline. She's far more pushy,
Outgoing.
Yeah, outgoing.
Yeah, this is a mess, I'll tell you, because we have them around here, but typically they kind of keep to themselves.
I see. Flo, are you able to shed any light on any of these situations? Have you heard of them before? Or this Jacqueline?
Is there a part of that information that I would know as kind of like a cop? I feel like maybe I would have I feel like I would have known at least some like the recruiters, like maybe like some of them are just like soliciting and then I'd have to like tell them to scram or something. Or just
Yeah.
hear rumors about it from cops like doing the beat. And
You said you were a marshal, right?
well, yeah, I'm like an agent of like the DOJ, Department of Justice. Yes,
Oh, that's
I know
what
our
it
justice.
was.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, and then I moved to Pasadena, so I feel like
Yeah, you probably would have heard about them at the very least, and then yeah, you would have came across them in your everyday moving around.
mhm.
Oh yeah, that's right. We talked about you being assigned to JPL because you're with the DOJ, so you definitely at least know Parsons in passing.
Okay. Yeah, definite. Well, Howard, I definitely know, well, I don't know him personally, but Parsons, is part of JPL. His name definitely comes around in the police circles.
I see. So we either have two things to investigate. We either infiltrate this cult, or we somehow get into JPL. Let's see if we can question the head of the snake before we can deal with the rest of the body, so to speak.
Hmm.
What would we
Or,
like to do?
well, we could try and get into JPL, or we could try and draw her out.
And how would you draw the owner of JPL out? Or at least someone associated with them?
Well, I mean, she's got to eat sooner or later. I can't
I'm not
imagine.
sure I'm following.
Well, typically, a cult leader doesn't tend to stay in all that often. They don't want to. They don't like to. They're charismatic. They need other people to see how great they are. They don't just do that inside. Sooner or later, she's going to want to come on out. Catch her
I
then.
see where you're going with this. Do you know when she will next come out?
Oh, not an earthly idea.
Okay, well, at least that's one idea. I don't know if I have any contacts that could tell me how to get to her. So, I guess we could always just try and infiltrate the cult and smoke her out that way.
Yeah, another way is to go. Yeah, I kind of
Ground up.
another way is, I mean, they recruit, right? I mean, maybe we can start from the bottom up, just kind of take one of their like recruiters and just find out where they meet
Meet
and
and
all
greet.
that.
Mm. Maybe get some information from there. Yeah, I like that. Let me rephrase that. I don't like that. I think that'll work.
Oh, come now. What's the harm in joining a cult?
You know, some time ago, there wasn't. And then all of this started happening. I just hover off the ground a couple of feet, and things got a little dicier. Also, you can talk to ghosts, and really that changes the bar of a lot of how I'm going to be interpreting things going forward.
Eh.
Eh,
Besides, it's not every ghost I can talk to.
just most of them.
No. Just the ones that are somewhat friendly, I guess. Else they'll just
Okay.
try and attack. Fun times.
That was an option.
What, for the ghost to attacking?
Yes.
Oh, of course, always.
Drinks deeply of the tea.
Hal was just going about his day writing on the chalkboard as if nothing happened. So then,
Damn.
Flo, where can we find the nearest recruiter?
Well, yes, GM. Would I know where in parts of Pasadena they would
There's
cover?
probably the easiest place would probably be downtown. There's usually somebody handing out pamphlets or something. An easy place to start.
Pamphlet.
Sounds about right.
Let's go get some pamphlets.
Yeah, let's go get some pamphlets.
All right. Flo, you have a car, right?
Yes, yeah. I actually drove this time. It's
Oh, great. I'll hitch a ride with you then and take my gun this time.
yeah. Yeah, let's be well, I mean, we're not going to any parties, thank God. So,
That's right. Leave your guns in the car. We're not going to a party.
yeah. So, yeah, we can be better prepared around. But these are recruiters. Hopefully it will not come to that.
Gotta get a pamphlet and see where to meet them first time. That's all.
Yeah, let's
Someone's being a bit too optimistic about these recruiters.
I mean, they're recruiting. They're specifically trying to get us to come to their location. This should be the easy part. It's
If
sneaking
that is
around
true.
once we get into said location. That's going to be the hard part.
Fair.
Yeah, well, let's get the easy part out of the way.
It's a 10-4, good buddy.
All right, let's go.
All right. Get back on my bike and kick off.
I take Howard on my beat up insert car that's in the during that time and
Ford, I guess.
sure, Ford, Chevy.
Look here. Cars. Yeah. Ford, Chevrolet, Dodge,
should've-
Chrysler. Ooh, there's a Fraser.
Does it look cool? I want a cool looking car.
I don't know. 1948. I gotta look now.
1940. Oh, that's right. You know what? I will look. I should have done my research on cool cars.
I'm gonna look for motorcycles too. I'm gonna go shopping real quick.
All right, I will do that in the break. But in the meantime,
Yes.
yes, downtown Pasadena, which is quite lovely, by the way.
Yeah. Let's see. What time would you all met up?
Probably early.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember us saying we were gonna meet in the morning. So,
And it shouldn't be long to get to my offices.
yeah.
Alright. Yeah, so early morning, there is one tired looking person huddled outside of a bakery trying to get people to find people of interest.
Bakery.
And yeah, there's few people around, but it's still early. There's not a whole lot of hustle and bustle yet. Yeah, you can see the one recruiter standing outside that bakery. Pretty easy spot. They're not trying to hide.
Okay. I park. I park right across the street from the bakery because I'm assuming parking is better back in the day. I hope than what it is now. Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, there are less people and therefore less cars. So
Yeah, I hope so. But cars were pretty big back then. But
that's
anyways,
fair.
I park across. I get lucky and I park across the street from the bakery. And Howard, are you around already?
Yeah,
Oh, I
I'm
mean,
gonna.
sorry,
Yeah,
Noel.
there we go. Yes, I mean, we were going at the same time. I wasn't making any extra stops, so I probably pull up right next to you in a smaller spot and pull all the way in, so I just really annoy a bunch of people that are looking for parking spots later.
Yeah, yeah, you take up a whole car lot.
I take up.
like-
I mean, look, I don't have any other options. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. All right, Howard, you ready?
Unfortunately, yes. Let us go and join a cult.
Let's join a cult. And I exit the car. I look over at Knowles and kind of do the.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to do what I did at the party and yet failed miserably at?
Wait, which part was that? I try to get parties out of my mind as soon as possible.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. I walk on up to the recruiter.
Hey, folks, have you heard of the wonders of the gloam?
I've heard a lot of people talking about it, but I don't think anybody has. I've specifically heard anything beyond that it exists. Maybe.
Well, if you're interested, here, take a pound. So we got plenty of people who study it and will look into it. And if you're interested, it's a good place to start. You can come talk to them. No commitment needed.
Well,
Can I
well,
whisper over to Flo? Sounds like commitment is needed.
I will take the pamphlet. Thank you kindly, brother. And I will step back and kind of flip it open.
Well, Mr. Hardy, do you see anywhere that we have to go? Dates or something?
I don't know, GM. What do I see?
Oh, what are you looking for?
I looked at the pamphlet.
We were looking.
Oh.
We're reading the pamphlet.
Oh, yeah, the pamphlet's just got some, basic information. Stuff is, tells you where they have their meetings, that they have a library of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't tell you what they're doing in a full capacity. It's not like, hey, we have rituals every Thursday or anything. They're not. They're trying to entice people, so it's just like, we got lots of books you can come read. We come meet new people. There's free coffee and donuts.
Oh, they would have got me.
Oh yeah, no, I am a sucker for both of those things.
Damn it.
Do they have tea? Or is it just coffee?
I mean, tea is just hot water and leaves. I imagine that can be arranged.
Howard looks very offended at what you're trying to say.
Oh no. Okay. So I'm sorry, there's no dates on there?
I think it must just be kind of an open call kind of situation where you can just go.
Oh goody, a drop-in session, just what we needed.
Look, that'll make it easier. We can just slip in and I'm assuming we've moved away from the recruiter at this point. We're sitting over by sitting over by the cars. We can just drop in, listen to whatever they have to say, and either on our way in or on our way out, we can do some snooping.
I guess.
Or we can join a cult under false pretenses. I mean, that not my idea of a way to spend a Friday night, but here we are.
What is your ideal spending a Friday night then? Floating off the ground?
I mean, yes.
That kind of sounds great, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I can, like, I can give rides. Like, it's not, this can be arranged, but I think in the meantime we need to figure out what is going on with these folks. So, and I'm sorry, Jim, I don't know if you said this. How far away is it from where we currently are right now?
Like 4 blocks.
Oh, okay. Oh, we could just walk.
Wow, this cult is very close to.
Downtown placement, location. You can't beat it.
That is true. Wonder how they. Well, I guess JPL would somehow pay for it.
They're probably bankrolled by the government at this point.
I wouldn't put it past them. All right. Well, should we? I mean, it's still daytime. Should we stroll, like, kind of start scoping, or should we wait until the sun goes down?
Let's head on over. Let's see what's going on. Let's get the lay of the land. And I don't want to go over there when the sun goes down. I have a feeling, just by their whole moon aesthetic, that things are going to be much more dangerous if we go there at night.
Or much more active.
Exactly.
Or we know that more demons could spawn up. Who knows?
God, I still can't believe we.
Yeah, I'm moving past that and trying to not think about it as much as possible.
Oh, good luck with that. I'm
I
going to be
know.
reminding you.
I had a feeling. All right, let's head on over.
All right.
I'm assuming we're just gonna walk since it's like 4 blocks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just stroll around.
Okay, yeah. So it's just like a storefront, just like a small storefront building that they use mostly for recruiting purposes. It's like this is where entry level people come and they convince you that they're doing good, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so very similar to what like the Army or Marines do. There's like a little, literally like a store, and they have
A recruiting office,
reception.
yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
recruiting
yeah,
office.
kinda.
Okay.
And then,
Awesome.
yeah, like in the back, there's like a meeting room where they hold meetings for newer members and talk about
Mm-hmm.
the exciting things of the Glom and all the lovely things like that. There are like books and stuff about the occult, stuff written by Jacqueline Parsons herself, a few other books, studies of the spirit world and stuff. It's not it's not what you like. If you read the pamphlet, was talking about like a library's worth of knowledge. That's not this place.
Right. This is not their main headquarters. This is the
Exactly.
recruiter's office.
Okay.
Makes.
Kind of looks like just a recruiting office. Should we just?
I mean, we don't. That would make the most sense, but I mean, other than that, we just gotta like find their main headquarters, which they may not be super willing to just let us know.
Yeah, maybe we can actually get a date of when they meet.
That'd be great.
Pretty sure we'll have to join the cult first, though.
All right. Well, the other
Wait.
option.
Or we could use flow to mess around with the mind.
with these recruiters?
Could be. These are ground level folk. Also, is this a 1 or 2-story building?
One.
1 story? Okay. Um, Also, if nothing else, there might be roof access. Like, if we don't get the information we need, it's written down somewhere in there. We can, I can get 2 of us up in there, up through the whatever roof access there might be, and see what else we can find from there. But but last ditch effort kind of situation.
Hmm.
Because
So-
if we go that way, if we go that route, Noel, I would suggest you take Howard, because all this occulty stuff, I feel like ghosts and Nicole kind of go in the same area, and I
Sure.
can just distract by pretending to want to be in a moon child or whatever they go by.
We'll figure it out as we go along.
Sure.
Don't we always?
Yeah.
Yep. And I walk on in.
I follow.
I'll follow in as well, I guess.
Sure, why not?
Morning, folks. Can I help you?
Yeah, we kind of just we were checking out the bakery like a couple of blocks away, and we spoke to one of your recruiters, and you know what? Me and my friends, we are just very interested in the Gloam, and we're kind of interested in what y'all have to say.
Oh, that's wonderful. Do you have any questions for me?
Where are you based out of?
Yeah.
Well, we have a few places just like this, but our main place is just outside the city.
Right. I'm sorry, the pamphlet wasn't particularly clear. What is actually inside the glom, may I ask?
Well, as we learn and continue to study it, what we do know is that it is the veil between us and the spirit world, and it allows us to do many things. Contact the dead, and there's even been attempt by some people to summon things from there, but it is mostly about the dead, and it's the veil that separates us from that, and as far as we can tell, it is thinner here in Pasadena.
So it deals mainly with the dead. And Howard kind of just looks down and goes, "Oh God."
I just subtly glance in Howard's way.
So do y'all have meetings here or outside of town?
We do have meetings here for new members every Wednesday night.
Okay. What about what does go on outside of town then?
That is where we do have larger meetups. Generally, we have a leadership as well. That's where they do their meetings. Some of our members do feel fit to live out there. They work and live out there, but it's mostly where we have our large meetups, usually about once a month.
Okay. What day is it, GM?
I don't know, it's like a Thursday.
Okay, we just missed the meeting then. Okay. All right. It's funny, I figured I would have seen, like, I'm from the area. I figured I would have seen a cult of, is cult the right word? I don't know, GM. I'm asking, like, in character, like, not in character. Like, would I know? Would I call them occults to their face, or
No, probably not.
I would
Okay.
say
I would say
religion.
probably not. Yeah,
Religion,
I figured I would
A
have
gathering.
a gathering.
a religious living community on the outskirts of town before. Where are you? Like, where outside of town?
Well, it's the one of our leaders, Miss Parsons, has purchased a ranch out just north of town that we use.
Very good.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Just outside of town.
You know what? We're just so very keen on seeing what your organization is all about. So, is there? I mean, it's Thursday, and we're just so excited. Do you know if one of those big gatherings is happening sooner? Maybe this weekend.
Yes, there is one happening this weekend.
Oh,
For wonderful timing.
great timing. Oh,
Perfect.
lovely. Now how do we, as you know, like we're we're very new to this. Is there any do we know, do you have directions? Like I'm not sure how this all works. I apologize.
You mean directions out to the ranch? Yes.
Yes.
I have them somewhere. Hold on. Oh, yeah, here we go. Hold on, let me copy this down. Here you go. And hands you a piece of paper with some directions right now.
Alrighty, perfect. Thank you so much,
Can't wait to meet the rest of.
everybody.
Yes.
Gushings of the Dead should be fun.
Did you hear that, Howard? We get to speak to the dead.
I know.
Yeah, that's what we do as we head on out.
Yes.
Just so excited to speak to the dead. And the minute we get out of the window front, I just go, they speak to the dead, Howard?
It's a death cult commune. Death cult commune.
Howard, have you ever met anyone who does things like you?
No, not particularly here. Not in this country, nor back home.
I was gonna say, here's a better question. How do you do that? Because I have a vague idea how I do the flying and the light stuff, but how do you do that thing that they said is
Honestly-
super special?
Honestly, I have no idea. My father
Okay.
could walk through walls. My mother could manipulate probability. How I got ghosts, I don't know.
Probably ghosts. They can walk through walls.
Point
Right.
is, I don't know how I got this or how I'm connected to the Glom, if I am in any way, but this death cult should provide some light and should be fun to attend.
So
Humanly
yeah,
speaking,
how about this? I mean, because now I'm real curious. Why don't we go on out and actually have a talk with them? Because I would be fascinated to see what they had to say about your powers, Howard.
I'd rather not you don't show me off as if I'm some sort of show pony,
Fair
Mr.
enough.
Hardy.
Wasn't my intention. Also, we would have to kill someone in order for that to happen, and I'd rather not do that.
Well, considering how they sent someone to their death after doing their dirty work, I don't think they're above killing people.
Yeah, it's fair.
Speaking of, the very fact we managed to encounter a demon does show, and that the Glom Veil, I think they called it, is weak here. Is it possible Devil's Gate is an entrance to it of some sort?
There are some sort of nasties hanging out around there one way or another. We know this. And it sounds like there are more in there.
It literally seemed like a gate when the brief time we were
Mm-hmm.
there. So I wouldn't be surprised.
I do think Pasadena has far more surprises than any of us actually considered.
You're telling me. I grew up here. It changed quite a bit.
I took a little bit away, but I mean, some things never change, some things always do.
All right. So what's the game plan now? Should we just meet up at the well, should we just meet up the morning of or at the ranch and
I mean, that
meet at
makes
Howard's again and head off together to the ranch?
that makes a sense.
We could try and scope out the situation beforehand. I
Oh,
mean, walking in blind would be a bad idea.
very, very fair.
Well, we could. I mean, I'm guessing the meeting is at night. So if we go during the day, at the very least, we could get a couple hours to wander around, get a lay of the land, see what's going on.
How high can you actually fly, Mr. Hardy?
Uh, Given enough time, I can fly as high as I need to.
I'm thinking,
As long as there's oxygen, I don't want to faint. I've
is
done
it
that once. It
possible?
sucks.
Is it possible for you to get an aerial view of the mansion before we scope it out?
Yeah, I mean, we can park off a ways, and I can head on up and do a quick scope, see what's going on. Maybe hope for a cloudy day.
That would be best.
Yeah, let's hope for that, and we'll see what's going on from there.
All right. So, are we going there now, or are we going like another day, on the run up to the weekend?
Let's go the day of the weekend. On the weekend, that just because things can change a lot in a couple of days, especially if I somehow get spotted doing my flyover.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Okay, so you want to fast forward a couple of to the weekend,
Yeah.
and then. All right, yeah, that's the morning of. Do you meet back at Howard's then?
Makes sense.
Yeah, let's meet at Howard's and
We welcomes you inside, offers you tea, offers you some fruit.
Mm-hmm.
So, today's the day we infiltrate a cult.
Yes.
How are we all feeling about that?
Optimistic.
I wouldn't, but okay. So, we all know what we're doing. Mr. Hardy, you must fly over the mansion and try and get us an aerial view.
Yep.
Hopefully we can find an entrance way in and out. Alternatively, one that's not reused. And we will infiltrate the cult and see what on earth is happening.
Alrighty.
Hopefully we can tie it to those Capers disappearances as well.
yeah, if we can find evidence somehow while we're in there.
Maybe some motive behind why Mr. Marsh was killed.
Yeah. Well, let's get to it. I was thinking I would take Howard and we would get there and then
I mean, if you got a car, we can all ride together.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't have my own transportation.
All right. Hop on in, fellas.
All right.
Let's go to the ranch.
Grab my shotgun off the bike and strap it onto my back.
I'll take my pistol.
Okay.
Drive to the ranch.
Once we get out there, I will fly directly up for a ways and try and get a bird's eye view.
Okay. Let's draw some cards for perception.
Okay.
If you have any skills that you think would be relevant, you can use those to get some extra cards.
Let's take a look here. Yeah, not really any special skills. Actually, I'm gonna double check something. Maybe I do.
Meanwhile, I'm just sitting on top of the hood of the car and just watching him fly around.
Yeah,
I'm just cleaning my glasses, wondering what on earth is happening.
just the normal ones. All right. Excuse me. 1 and 2. So 2 of hearts and a jack of spades, which I imagine is very good.
Yep, keep that jack. What is
Yep.
that? Jack of spades. Okay.
Yeah, that means you should have a boon from that jack of spades.
Excellent.
Yeah, you get a really good look. And the first thing you notice, I'm assuming you left early. Did you leave early in the morning to scout it out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even early in the morning, you can tell that most of the members that are there aren't engaged in anything.
Mm-hmm.
This is 100% a sex call.
Oh.
Oh dear God, what have we gotten ourselves into?
That
Oh.
was total opposite of we were thinking. But
Just
in
fine.
character, I don't know this.
And I'm just
In the meantime, while he's flying around, I kind of see like him pause, and I feel like there's shock, like from what I'm seeing, and I'm like, what is he? And I like go into the car and maybe like I'm sure I have like a pair of binoculars or something, and I just try to like zoom in on the ranch house. I don't know if I would see anything, but just like I just kind of want to view like what if there's any buildings or like extra, just the layout of the ranch itself.
Yeah, draw some cards for perception.
Okay.
Yeah. If you turn up to Noel, you just see his hand just.
Oh crap! What color did I choose? I chose blue, right? Okay. Oh, get out of the way.
Hopefully you improve your luck.
Oh my God. Oh, that's right. Okay.
Queen is a good start.
Queen it is.
All right, so Queen of Hearts. And you don't get anything special for it, but that is a good card to draw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you see there's not really any security. There's some people eating breakfast at a picnic table outside. There's like a shed with like lawn equipment.
Mm-hmm.
But you two realize as you're watching, you can kind of like see a room or something and you can tell a little bit that this looks. They're definitely all kind of like what you thought. They're into the death and stuff, but it is a sex cult. The rituals are all based on sex.
I see, like, I kind of pass. I'm assuming there's like a window and curtains, but it's open because it's a nice sunny day. So yeah, I kind of see maybe like a silhouette but I'm pretty far, so I don't think I'll hear noises. Anyway, I kind of put the binoculars down quickly, and I go, Howard.
Yes.
I think this is more than death.
I land. They're doing stuff.
Could you be a little less cryptic, please?
They're the beast with 2 backs.
If you
Okay,
can't
Lord.
say it,
They worship the beast
it.
with 2 backs.
they're having sex.
Yeah.
You see how like just take off his glasses, shakily like, oh dear God, what have I gotten myself into?
I'll be honest. I didn't expect that. I expected a lot more murder.
I expected something Lovecraftian, but here we have something else.
All right.
I
Okay.
don't know why, but I'm kind of wishing it was just more of a death cult.
Well, that's simple. I mean,
don't know why.
this is just From the outward appearances, this just looks like a bunch of consenting adults.
If it
And
were a death cult, I could
they
at least
most
take you
likely
from
are.
mine.
Yeah. So, um,
How do
Did-
we?
Well, I, for one, am not comfortable in recruiting now.
I'm pretty. They really buried the lead at the recruiting office.
The government really should bring them down, but I don't think, like, whatever, the government sucks. So
Okay.
Oh boy. Okay.
Was it contained in one area, or was it the entire mansion?
I
I
It was
saw.
pretty contained. It wasn't just like
Okay.
everybody's running.
yeah, I feel like so when I was looking through the binoc, it was like one building, but that was one room. I'm assuming it's going to be in that.
If it is
Was that-
self-contained,
Was that the main building, GM? Teddy, was that
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah,
It's
it was
in
like
the main
one
building.
room of the main building, yeah.
Okay.
okay. Here's what we can do. If it is self-contained, we can go around the ritual room and try and find anything else. We might not be able to talk to people, as they would be quite busy,
Well,
but we can try and
so
find something.
the other option that is likely is that maybe, just maybe, I mean, they're not going to jump us into that part of stuff right away, right? That would be weird.
Are you sure?
I'm willing to bet.
You're a gambling man, I see.
I'm just saying you don't. If they didn't tell us about it at the recruiting office, they're at least going to let us know that it is a possibility before we get thrown into the ritual bedchamber.
Okay, but you also have to remember that they have meetings for the new members. How do you know that they don't have it there?
I
Or
mean,
at least talk about it there before they
It's
move
possible.
to the new room.
it's possible. It's possible.
Besides, who goes up to a recruiting office and says, "Oh, hi, we're a part of a cult that mates"?
I mean, honestly, depending on who you're talking to, they would get a lot more people coming out if they led with that.
Howard just looks at Hardy like, "No," and just like, what on earth are you talking about?" Howard is too innocent for this.
Sure.
Howard.
All
Well,
right.
This changes things. Are we still going to? Are we just going to go under the assumption that we will not be thrown into the bed, so to speak?
I think. I mean, that is certainly the most expeditious route. And I'm all about doing things expeditiously when possible.
I would prefer if we played safe and not be thrown into any rooms.
So, would you rather just hold off until tonight then?
Well, actually, do we even know what they're doing tonight?
It is a
just-
larger gathering for new
This-
members, maybe?
Gathering. Well,
Yeah.
but then they were bearing the lead, so who knows? Like,
Who knows? Maybe there's something death and Lovecraftian related there.
Or they're
I
doing.
am.
It's also possible that it's all wrapped up in the same thing for them, and this is incredibly uncomfortable for all parties involved.
I cannot imagine the dead wanting to be summoned like this.
I'm really hoping they have some documents or books on. I am very confused on this Gloam business. I hope we can find some information on what they believe in actually, because yeah, these are both death and like, and I point to the building is kind of extreme. So I'm wondering
Yeah.
what it is.
All right.
We could always kill one and, interrogate them.
Oh yes, Howard's way. Howard's.
Look, there is always Plan Howard.
There is always. I feel like Plan Howard is always the last resort. I'm hoping.
Plan Howard is great. What are you talking about?
No.
It is beneficent so far. However, it does involve us having to hide a body, and I don't like being forced to do that if at all possible.
We won't have to hide the body. Don't worry.
You know, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm leaving that one.
I'm about to interrogate, like, why would wouldn't want to hide the butt? But then, like,
No, we're leaving that one alone.
I feel like Noel
on.
is just like, let's go, and I'm like,
right.
huh? I'm so confused.
So are we waiting until tonight then?
I go with waiting for tonight just to see what happens.
Okay. Let's head back into town then. Well, hang out at a park or something, and we can swing back out as it gets towards the like 5 or 6 o'clock. Maybe we can get an hour or so around the mansion before things kick off, get a lay of the land, and see what we can do from there. From the inside, it's not the inside, hopefully, but at least from the grounds, it'll be as good as we could see from here. It'll be better up close.
Yeah, you still have the pamphlet, right, Knowles?
Right here.
Cool. Sweet. All right, let's reconvene.
Mm-hmm.
The evening.
How could they not tell us that part?
You sound very disappointed, Mr. Hardy.
I'm just saying, lead with your most unique asset. Pun intended.
I'm pretty sure leading with, hi, we worship the dead, and there's actually a secret underworld that we can connect you to is a unique asset.
It is, but also sex cult is pretty unique as well. Especially, like, those are two great tastes that I'm not sure taste great together.
See, it's also the 1940s where being a sex cult was definitely more
taboo.
More taboo than trying to speak to the dead.
That's true. That, like, even in our 1940s, like seances and whatnot, like that was. I've listened to lore. That was pretty close to the peak time for all that.
Yep.
All right. So I guess we take a break, go back into town, have lunch, and swing back out around 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I would think my lunch is probably with some alcohol of some kind, because this is a lot.
Oh, yeah, no, this is a definite burger and a beer kind of day.
Yeah.
Nah, Howard's just got tea. That's all he needs.
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly enough, I don't think any of you have actually seen him eat.
No, I've seen the fruit, and yeah.
Like, presumably you have eaten at some point, just
Oh no,
never around
he's
us.
eaten. You just never see him eat. You just see him drink tea.
All right.
It's a private thing for him.
It is.
All right, after the burgers and beers,
Mm-hmm.
we head back to the ranch.
Oh no.
Here we go. All right, are we all taking my car again?
Yeah, I mean, you're the only one that brought it.
Okay, well, I didn't know if you wanted to fly all the way to.
Oh, no. Well, I mean, these people also are related to folks that aren't keen on capers. So I'm probably, like, once we get in there, unless things go bad, I'm probably not going to be flying around.
I can use my caper to try and quell the crowd, I guess. Show them I am objectively superior.
If it comes to it, again, you do need a body to do it with.
I think you very misunderstand my motives here.
Likely.
This is all happening during the drive. Just
Yeah, Flo's there just like, what have I gotten myself into?
yeah, like I am hanging out with a guy with an ace who flies and a guy who talks to the dead. This is my life now. And I kind of park Kind of a ways away again, probably the same area where we were all scoping. And do we want one last look, or should we?
Do you want one last look?
You know what? I've seen plenty. Knowles, did you want to take my binoculars, or did you want to do another flyby?
I'll do another quick flyby.
Okay.
Okay. And 1 and
Has anything changed
2.
during the night?
7 of clubs.
More sex.
Alright, 7 of clubs is not as good.
No, I mean it's getting dark, and
I can imagine, like, if he got a woe with this, he crashes into the room where it's all happening.
Oh no! I don't know how he Yeah, you'd find a way to
with
crash.
grace and elegance.
Yeah.
Naturally.
So, it's a success with a complication.
Okay.
So,
God.
and I kind of had something planned, so it'll work out
Okay.
perfectly. How far do you park away from the?
I don't know. That is a good question for Flo.
Yeah, I would say pretty. I would still say pretty close because we, in a way, were kind of expected. Were we still intending to go in?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, that was yeah.
Yeah, because if that's the case, then yes, Flo would want to. There's like no reason to hide the car because we are like, technically we are not expected, but we had the intention of going in. So, but I definitely didn't park like on their front area of the ranch usually.
Okay.
So.
All right. Yeah. So, what you see on your flyby is not like people are engaging in almost like different schools of thought, right? Like some of them are engaging in the sexual side of it. Others are engaging in it in other ways. Definitely know that the guest of honor, that Miss Parsons is there. But as you're above, you notice a car come up and pull up behind your friends.
Mm-hmm.
And so for the rest of you, 2 men get out. One says, Bureau of Investigation, identify yourself.
She's with the Flo here is with the Department of Justice. Right, Flo?
I whip out my badge. Hello.
Howard gives like thumbs up, like, yeah. I'm with Flo.
Yeah, so one of them walks over, takes a look. DOJ, huh? So, what exactly are you doing out here? You shouldn't be out here.
Oh, we investigating sex cult.
Yeah, that place is off limits.
Flo,
I'm sorry,
do you want?
how is it? How is it off limits? I'm just wondering, since I am an officer of the law, I would think I would be able to enter.
I mean, if you want to enter, you're fine, but you can't be investigating it. Nobody. Look, this comes from above us. We're just here to make sure that nobody's stepping on any toes, but I don't want this place investigated.
And that's interesting. The way you word it, it kind of makes it sound like there is something to investigate.
I'm not saying there is or isn't. I'm just saying they don't want it looked into at all.
I just squint at the guard. Like, is this a guard?
No, he's an FBI agent.
Right. Well, I think we should go inside, don't you think, Flo? It's
Yeah.
obvious that whilst we are invited, we simply cannot snoop.
Yeah, we actually my consultant friend here is very curious, and my downtime is pretty dull lately, so I was thinking I would take a peek at what this whole Moon Children is all about. And I put my badge away. I'm like, don't worry, I'm off the clock here, and I like I like wink because it's like, oh yeah, another skeezy cop.
Right. Well, you have a nice night then.
Have a nice night, officer.
Howard just waves like, I don't want to be here.
And I kind of just stiffly walk with Howard. I don't want to be here.
I'm assuming I see all of this play out, and I see the pair of them walking towards the ranch.
Yeah.
Okay, I will land in the woods, like away from where the FBI agents are, and then I will like swoop out around and join up with them as a mysterious woods folk. What was all that about?
Apparently, someone does not want us investigating this.
Oh, we
But then
absolutely are going to have to investigate this then.
Oh,
They
naturally.
They have the FBI on their side.
Which
Do
means
they
we
now?
simply have to outsmart the FBI, which shouldn't be hard for us.
No.
I hope.
Too hard. I mean,
It's three of us.
they're letting us in, so.
It's a small unit. We just, whatever action we have to take, we have to learn what we can as quietly as possible, and then when the time comes, make the most noise physically possible.
I'll kill several people then.
Or at the very least, make it so that Pasadena can't ignore it.
I don't understand how what you said and what I said were different.
Typically, I was thinking like go to the press. They tend to like stories that people aren't supposed to know. So
Yes, and
But,
what's a story without murder?
Well, we'll get to that bridge when we get there.
Yep.
Fellas, I kind of look back to see if the guard, like if the agent is still watching us. Let's head inside.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
All right.
Just stay away from I'm wanting to call them sex cultists. Oh, Mr. Hardy, what did you
Yeah.
actually find in your latest flyover?
Not much, honestly. It's getting too dark for me to really see. The trees around here block a lot of the light.
Very
But
well.
I mean, there are more cars here right now than there were earlier today. So I'm assuming that there's more people. So
More people. Okay.
eyes up, head on a swivel, and I will back straight, walk on in.
Well then, after you, Flo.
Thank you. And I try to look like I'm excited to join this establishment. So I walk on in with a curious expression, hopefully, on my face instead of horrified.
Whatever we need to do to maintain cover, let's just keep that in mind. We don't want to blow cover while we're in here.
Agreed. And we all go in. Oh dear God.
Joining a cult.
Highlight of the campaign.
Secret sex death cult. What you gonna do about that?
And we're only on our second episode, y'all. And we're already joining a cult. This is great. Okay.
Yeah, you walk in, people are friendly. One of the things that most of the members do is they don't push you towards anything. They want you to find your comfortability in worshiping the golem and stuff.
I truly appreciate that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and then you can see it throughout the room. There's some people are definitely a little more touchy feely. Some people have just books and study materials out and are discussing various aspects of things. Yeah, and you can see Mrs. Parsons. She's moving around the room, talking to several people. She's definitely one of the people who's a little more touchy feely.
Huh.
Well, I don't know about you two, but I will go and find the books away from the mass of people.
All right. I guess we'll run crowd control then.
And Noel, I kind of nod towards Parsons. That's Parsons.
Oh wow, she's just
Are
right
you-
there.
Yeah, you are. I definitely think you're way more charismatic, or know how to chat with someone. So I leave that to you. But I'll be on standby if I need to
Fair,
change her emotions a bit.
fair enough. Yeah, no, just hang next to me, I guess. Um, and all right. So, real quick, what information are we looking for in this moment right now?
Any connection for the Caper's disappearances, for the young Caper's disappearances, and I'm wanting to say motive behind killing Ricky Marsh.
Well, that's still got to be in the news. I mean, we had most of the data, hang out and eat that burger and beer. Probably would have picked up a paper in that time. Is Mr. Marsh's death still in the headlines?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I guess I will. I will. Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna go ahead. I'll look at Flo, and I'm gonna offer you my elbow in the like linked arms kind of way.
And I smile and I swoop my arm under.
Excellent. All
You
right.
can just see like Howard in the corner, just looking at you both, like, "Good God, what are they doing?"
Committing to the bit.
And we stride on over to
Miss Parsons.
Parsons.
Yeah. She sees you. Hi. I don't think I've seen either of you before.
No,
You're new.
we're new. We're in from Pasadena. My name is Noel, and this is Flo. We actually stopped by a recruiting center the other day, but turns out we just missed the introductory meeting by the day. So rather than wait a whole another week, we were really excited and curious as to what y'all had to be saying. So we decided to come out tonight. I hope that's all right.
Oh yes, no, lovely. We're of course happy to have you. Most members aren't so excited, but we're happy to have you here.
Good.
Have you found your place?
We're feeling it out still.
Right. We literally just came in and we didn't realize there were just so many choices. It's quite an establishment you have
Yes.
here, Miss Parsons.
Yes, well, we do try to encourage people to find their own way to worship, but I find a certain power in physical contact, but not everybody does.
I can absolutely understand and see that. How long have you been operating out here? This really is a lovely establishment.
Oh, a little bit. We mostly started in LA, and we've kind of drifted out and are between the two, but it's been a couple of years now.
Okay.
Since we realized that Pasadena had a little bit of a thinner veil.
Oh, a thinner veil. Now, Miss Parsons, the reason why we were so interested when we found out about your cult is, I just explored the library one day and just started reading up on more like on the occult, and the gloam just kept coming up, but there was no like real information. So hence why we're here. But I'm just wondering, there's just it I didn't know there was more than one way to what's I guess access is the best way to talk about this, but is there I mean if you can elaborate more on like that connection.
Well, I mean, we're still trying to figure a lot of stuff out ourselves. And most of us are people who have had contact with the government in some way or another, but to truly be able to access it on our own, most of us are pretty new to it. And like I said, we only just discovered that Pasadena has a bit of a thinner veil, and some of us think that rocket testing may have something to do with that.
Hmm.
But the gloom definitely leaks in more here, and we're still trying to figure it out. There definitely seems to be different ways to go about things, but nobody's certain which is right and which is wrong yet.
And I hope this isn't being too forward, but I'm wondering if there's and I try to like be like conspiratory, just like I'm wondering if there's special like different kinds of people that can access it easier, like um I'm sure I know it's a little taboo now, but I'm sure capers may have. Do you think capers have better access to the gloam?
Not all, but yes, some do. Some do. Some have certain powers.
I'm just wondering if you've heard. I'm sure you've heard, Miss Parsons, based on your high position in the JPL, but the all those missing capers, and I'm just wondering. I think it's just dreadful, despite despite all the news and what their abilities. I'm just wondering, do you think it has something to do with that?
Oh, well. Yeah, some of it, I'm sure, but the I haven't figured too much about it myself. The mm, missing people are, of course, troubling, but things that I myself can't worry too much about. Yeah, you have to understand that I'm worried about keeping my own safe, but if they're not with me, I can't protect everybody. Even if
Oh,
I
of
would like to
course.
help keep the capers from whoever is possibly attacking them.
Of course, and you're so that is so kind of you to consider that, but I truly understand on wanting you to protect your own, don't we all? Um Let me see.
Throughout this whole conversation, have I been close enough to like eavesdrop in?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay. Because I don't know if I've just been like thumbing through a book, watching all of this go down.
Oh yeah, you can easily position yourself to be able to hear what's going on.
All right.
Noel, dear, I don't let me take up the whole stage. Why? I'm sure you have plenty of questions for Miss Parsons. Now's the chance. And it's not every day we
Fair
get the
enough.
head of.
No, absolutely. I completely understand. No, it's just, how did you find the connection between touch and the gloam? It seems, I'll be honest, like it's interesting, but it does seem a little counterintuitive.
No, well, let's say it was. I've done lots of different kinds of rituals in an attempt, and ritual experimentation of the sexual nature was part of my studies. I found
Sure.
it to be particularly strong.
Fair enough. Fair enough, I suppose. Trying to find some of my abilities and I can't. Okay.
Wait, out of character question. Was Marsh part of the Moon Children? I forgot.
No,
can't fi-
Marsh was against them.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I guess whatever works is what it needs to be. Have you found a lot of resistance here down in Pasadena? I know things are a little more closed-minded down here, unfortunately, than they are back up in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some people can be. Yes, we found some resistance. Of course, here we're not ones to speak ill of the dead, but yes, the late Mr. Marsh was an opponent of ours. He did not agree with us, but he did not agree with a lot of things, my understanding. Much
Fair
like
enough.
the Capers, we have found people that meet us with resistance, even if most are apathetic to our presence.
Apathetic is certainly better than hostile at the very least. Allows you to keep doing whatever you're doing. And I give a coy wink.
Yes, it does.
Oh my.
Yeah, and then something strange happens at this moment. The front door kind of bangs open, and this man, he's sort of walking and moving strangely. Walks in. He almost as if he was drunk, but if he was this level of drunk, he shouldn't be standing at all.
Right.
He can't seem to keep it his feet under him. He keeps
Got a solid
stepping
shamble
on the
going
side.
on.
Yeah. But with that is where we are going to take a break.
Cool.
Alrighty.
So we will be back.
We're still alive. That's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
For now.
We'll be back in about 10, maybe 15 minutes.
Perfect.
See how it goes.
Awesome.
We'll be right back.
All right.
Alrighty.
And we are clear.
Oh, that's a cute sign for Faded.
Oh yeah. I tried to really go for that 90s.
No,
aesthetic.
you got it. That was super cute. I like it.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Oh, I need
Oh wow, in
to
January.
look at it.
Yeah,
I didn't
that's
realize that was so
yeah.
far. Okay. I need
All right.
tea. More caffeine.
More caffeine. Gotta get my coffee on.
You were
and
gonna try and
10, 15
research your various
minutes.
vehicles as well?
Oh yes, I found mine.
Oh, you found yours?
I found mine. The not most wokely named, but very cool looking 1940 Indian chief is. I'll pop that in. Hold on, let me see if I can find a good image of it. Yeah, here we go. There we go.
Oh, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, it's sharp. All right, I will be
It
back.
does look nice. Alright, have fun. We gotta get some more too.